Welcome. I hope you can hear the sound of the birds chirping. It's glorious. As always, the sounds of creation. They're connected to us, right? They're connected to our rhythms. Now, last time we met up, you know, this just reminds me. Shamans know the energies, the sounds of the jungle, the nature. And even in the city life, the connection to the birds, the connection to, even the wind, the vibrations, the frequencies within nature, that's our way home. We are one. We are one with all of life. Now, the Emerald Tablet activation, cosmic ordering, divine alchemy, conscious manifesting. Guys, I don't know where that came from. It came from the heart, as always. Okay. Last time we met up, we received this activation, and we are in the time of divine alchemy through cosmic ordering and cosmic manifesting. But this is it. Because why? Because we uncovered our mission. We're embraced by the light, and we're not going to give up. And that's because we've literally seen the light. The light of us, the light of everything, our connection to everything, to the all, to everything. And we've been discussing how it has been connected to these two cups, the cup of spirit and the cup of lust, and the fact that this has been a sacred experience for us to see our connection to everything and ourselves within it. Us. And we've also been discussing that this is connected to the story of us, and that we're healing with the story of us, and that for many of us here, this has to do with the 10 of Cups not quite working out as expected. As the first time, we just got on this journey and we thought we were going to create it just like that. We are co-creators, and we're learning to slow down and have the experience that we're experiencing. We're honoring that everybody's doing this within their own time, unique time. This is their unique path, our unique paths. And as much as they're similar and they're united, they're still unique to us. My universe and your universe, and then they collide, and we know what that looks like. It's beautiful, right? So we're getting a deeper connection to us. Literally to us. And remember, this dream our twin is us. So we're at a stage now where we're being asked to let go of this dream. We're being asked to let go of this dream the way it has been envisioned, because we're creating this anew, because this is about us expanding with us. The true self, the true essence of ourself. Our soul is going to expand with our spirit. And this is what we've been called to do. Our soul is expanding with our spirit. And this is an elevation. This is a change in frequency. And we're doing this, we know, here. The moon being connected to the sun. And we go within. And we expand our soul with our spirit. This is what we're doing here. And as we heal, we're honoring that this dream has been a part of it. Now, we've walked away. We know we walked away. We walked away because we were called by the moon to elevate the feminine, to see where we were still bonded, right? because we are creating unconditional love, right? And literally, we're just expanding this from within to without. This is part of us. And this has to do with soulmate frequency, self-love, and soulmate connection. And this has to do with us. And this shape, remember, on the second day of creation, Spirit moved and created an exact replica. And the shape in between is the octahedron. It's unconditional love. And this is our connection. And this is what's happened when each counterpart looked in their cup. Okay, they saw themselves in a deeper connection to themselves, to us. But this is happening, this is within, this is deeper connection to within. So we are being asked to let go of what's happening without. We're being asked to take a sword, the sword here with the angels of light, and cut this dream free. Okay? But that's in order to create it anew. We're going to elevate this, and we're going to honor that this is about a change in frequency. And we literally are, this is like giving the divine your blueprint of the 10 of Cups, and then the divine gifting it back to you even better than you could have even imagined it, but because you're doing the work. And this is not in a selfish way we're doing the work. This is in a humbling way, because we want to do what's right. We want to heal life. We feel called to. Why? Because this is a part of us. This is a part of us expanding here with our flame. This is a part of us restoring and healing with creation. And we have to honor that this is happening through the self. Because we're going to turn our, right now, we're in the time of turning our sadness into happiness, okay? And I want to share that message. This is what's being illuminated. Right now, patterns of separation have been illuminated. But remember, the energy, the opposites coming together to create the whole. Through patterns of separateness, we're also seeing what is of us. And this is literally when we looked into the cups and we saw what needed to be seen. Into me, I see me, I see 2, I see 3, I see 3 plus more. Literally, I see my connection to everything. I'm whole, I'm one, I understand. And this is the 7 of Cups shift. And this has to do with this activation during Pisces season, this elevation. And what are we doing? We're turning our sadness into happiness and cutting free of this dream, and now stepping into a deeper level of co-creating anew with this dream. We're going to co-create anew with this dream. We're going to use our sadness of cutting away this dream, and it now, you know, this version of our dream becoming the past. We're going to use that sadness to elevate us even further, because remember, this has to do with unconditional love, and we've seen unconditional love within. We're seeing this within, and that we are deserving of this, because what we saw into the light, and we saw us reflected back to us, and now we understand everything. And it does have to do with those 2 cups. Hang tight, the cup of lust and the cup we're expanding with spirit. And we know that we've been channeling when the swords meet the cups, night turns to day, and we made up in the bridge of the land of the in-between. Now, this does have to do with a future message. We're going to talk about Saturn returns to Pisces, and then we have an official new beginning in Aries. But that's, as we know, we're multidimensional. Everything is connected to everything is connected to everything is connected to everything. We're all one. We've seen it. We've seen how everything is connected to everything is connected to everything is connected to everything. Now, the bridge of the lands of the in-between has many meanings. First things first, we're building this bridge as we do our work to elevate, right? And this bridge is also connected to what we're doing in the cup. Okay. Because now we're gonna really get into what this means. So stay tuned, because this is all where it's at now. Because this is of the singular mind. We heal from duality at this point. Okay? And being having our identity now and being a twin flame and separate from our twin keeps us in separation, because we're not. We've seen the light. We're one. We are one soul. So we are of the singular mind now, and that means we're going to expand the self, and that's why we have to cut away this dream. We're honoring that this dream is a part of us, but we're going to cut it away, and we're going to create anew with it. Okay, and we're going to talk about this blueprint and then how we're expanding off of it. Okay, now we're going to trust that as we do the work without, but we're not going to focus on this. But let me untwist that. Let me get it straight. As we do the work within, that this bridge is being built for us to expand without on. Because the story of us is the story of us, and we're also healing with that too. That yes, we're going to create this within. And this is going to mean many things, because this is about cosmic ordering, divine alchemy, and conscious manifesting. So this is going to mean many things, and we've uncovered our mission. Why? Because we've uncovered ourselves. We've uncovered our soul. We've uncovered our true essence, our authenticity. We are restoring confidence, which is allowing us to shift further with the cup of spirit and move away from feeding from the cup of lust, because we've restored our confidence in ourselves. Why? Because we've seen the light. So this bridge of the land of the in-between, we're not going to focus on this bridge being built. We're going to focus on restoring pleasure. And this is healing with our pleasure centers. Now remember, we have been trapped in feeling pain, in feeling sadness. And that's where things have been twisted. So this is what's been keeping us bonded. And this is literally what we've been seeing. Okay, we were seeing this, what's gone toxic. So the energy needs to move. We need to express it. We need to express something. So we need to express our sadness. And this is building the bridge. This is building the bridge of the land of the in-between. So look, we're building this bridge right here. Oh yes, look. Elevation time, sadness into happiness. We need all of this as fuel to get to where we're going, and thus expanding our flame and restoring our rightful place with untwisting it with the Father, with the Force, with the masculine. So we're going to expand with Source here. We're literally expanding with creation. We're going to build this bridge from within to without. But why? Because we're restoring pleasure. And then we're elevating it. Remember, we're restoring pleasure by maturing the matter with happiness here. So when we're in pain, this is where we're going to transmute our pain. We're going to transmute our pain here, because if we don't, we're going to continue to seek pleasure. And this is where we get into patterns of addiction, because we're seeking pleasure. Now, how can we seek pleasure? There's many ways, like, right, over consumption, right, overeating, drinking, you know, things that are not for our greatest good, right? This is where we get into patterns of addiction. We've even talked about, like, you know, porn addiction. The list can go on and on, right? Drug abuse, because we're seeking pleasure. This is where our pleasure centers get out of balance, and this is what where we're not free. Because why? We're going against life. Look, we're not respecting life. And that's what we're seeing in this cup. That we have to respect life. That we have to treat life with unconditional love. That we have to go with the flow of life. That we have to expand with life, with the patterns of life. And that we're not doing that here. We're going against the patterns of life. And our habits have kept us bonded and chained here in patterns of separation and addiction. And we're healing from this because we're restoring pleasure. Because we've come to see that we need to heal from stimulus. We're not going to seek pleasure. We're going to restore our pleasure by elevating into happiness. So we're going to use sadness. We're going to use it as fuel to get to where we're going. And this is how we're literally going to expand. We're going to use this as fuel to expand our soul with our spirit. And this is part of building this bridge, because we're building this bridge from within to without. And meeting in the center point with creation. So an elevation is needed here. Now this has to do with the cups. We need to find the cups, okay? Hang tight, guys. I want to find the cups. Speaking of that, let's just talk about this. So this we know is we're creating an elevation, right? The central sun. We got the message of the central sun. When night turns to day and the sun enters Pisces, we go from a nightmare to a dream. And we discussed how this is also our connection to the central sun, abundance, downloads, regeneration, success, scarab beetle spirit, who is expanding with using their toxicity, their shit as fuel to get to where they're going. They're burning it off and transmuting it at the same time. Is also our connection to working with our solar plexus, with a recalibration with the earth star, our connection to the lower world, root, sacral, solar plexus, and remember, we're going to flower through the heart. But this also too has to do with clearing our throat chakra, because we're going to work with our third eye. And we're going to, like, our third eye has been, bunged up because we haven't been honest. We have to clear that, as well as find our personal power within, not without. Now, when we're finding our personal power without, we're seeking stimulus. And we're seeking stimulus to feel pleasure without. That's how our pleasure centers get out of whack. But we're not doing that anymore. We're not doing that anymore. We're elevating. Remember, it's Pisces season. It's time. And this is connected to the Two of Cups and this bridge that we're meeting up on the land of the in-between. But this is the thing, is that we have to have access to our sword and be using our sword. Because our sword is connected to what? Going within, right? Becoming friends with this piece of ourselves. Because remember, we're going to expand from the cup of lust with the cup of spirit. We're going to take an elevation, but we're going to see that it's all connected and it's all one, and it's going to allow us to heal with everything and go within, right? Remember, we went within and we face fears. We face what we need to see, because literally fear is blocking what we need to see. Fear is blocking the pathway to our heart right now. And we have to go home to unconditional love, or we have gone home to unconditional love. We're understanding this further. This is our expansion. So literally, we see what we need to see, and we're flowering from the mind because we see the light. Justice is here. And this is connected to the Lord of Karma, Saturn, returning to Pisces. And this future message that we're going to share. And this expansion and having a brand new beginning. We're being gifted a brand new beginning with our 10 of Cups. Dream. Because why? We're doing the work and we're focusing on our soul's growth. Because we're expanding our soul with spirit. This is the real work that we came here to do, right? We expand our soul with our spirit. And right now we know this is connected to what's happening with these cups. But first, before we go there, let's just talk about this. We're being called to talk about this right now. Here we have the Magician's sword, confidence in our magic. So we have to have confidence that as we expand our soul with our spirit and we do our work here, our mission work. This is the real work. That we step into co-creation and have confidence with our magic. And we're going to cut away our past. And we're going to have confidence in the fact that as we continue to expand our soul with our spirit, that this is where things, the true miracles happened. And that, yes, the story of us was a part of us, but we're going to elevate even further. This is our highest timeline for the greatest good of everybody, okay? For us all. So this is where we're going to work with Caterpillar, okay? And this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity to let go of our past and laser focus on the present moment. What's happening here as we expand our soul with our spirit and do our soul's growth work. That we focus on this and we focus on the confidence in our magic, our truth, our authenticity, what we're creating here with creation. Us. And this isn't a doing. We're seeing that this isn't a doing. This is a being. We've been tricked to think that this is an action. But this is not an action. Okay? This is a being. We didn't come here to do. That's the trick. That's the ego mind. That's separation. This is the being. This is something that we just naturally are. Like when you're just sitting out in the sun and it feels so great and you just feel so alive and it feels just so good to be there. I don't know, maybe you have a fruity slushie in your hand and you're just sitting there and your feet are literally touching the earth while the sun beams on your skin, and you just feel it glowing and you just feel the life and you just feel source energy and you just feel so lit and at peace and in euphoria and bliss and just so expansive all at the same time. And you're just you're communing with the earth, with creation itself, and you just feel that. And then we're tricked to think that we have to earn that. We have to earn that time. And many of us, because we feel guilt and shame, like that we don't even deserve that time. No, that's our birthright. That's what we're seeing. We've been tricked to think we have to do all these things to build all this stuff and to be all these things. No, and that's why we have to cut free our past of this blueprint of this and what we thought this was gonna look like. Because we're creating anew. We're creating anew with what this looks like, because we've literally seen the light. We're going to manifest something even greater than we can imagine. And this is a gift. This is a surprise. This is a gift from the divine. And in order to do that, we have to let the unknown in. This is not like getting tarot card reading after tarot card reading and you're laser focusing on all this love without. How do I fix myself without? How do I be happy without? I just need this without. No. This is all happening within, with your soul's growth, because you just realized you just met you. And now you gotta let you go and you gotta do you, boo. You gotta do you. And yeah, we may have a cry here because this is what we thought was happening, but it's not happening the way that we thought it was. But that's okay, because remember, we need this sorrow to build this bridge, because we're going even higher than we thought we were. And this is because we came here to restore pleasure and evolve the matter with happiness. But we need to know sadness. We need to know sadness, and we need to know how to transmute pain, because we don't want our pain to destroy what we're building for the future. And we don't want our pain to be able to rob us of our pleasure, Remember, we are expanding partnerships and dissolving what's toxic between our partnerships. That's the time we're in. That's why this message is so big. Okay, so remember, we have a new blueprint. We're creating a new blueprint of this. We're going to manifest this from within to without, because we are honoring that this is the story of us. We're whole. As much as we're going to create this within, we yearn to manifest this without, but we're going to heal with why we're yearning to manifest this without. Because the Creator always shows us that everything has a purpose. That we always use everything has a purpose, that there's nutrients for everything, okay? It's like our past is nutrients for our future, but we have to laser focus on the present moment, because the present moment is it. It's now. And the more we focus on love and life in the present moment, the happier we're going to be, the healthier we're going to be, the more in tune with all of this, with life and understanding what we need to understand, we're going to be. Okay? And we also remember too that when we use this sword, it's cutting us away from the group think. Remember, we need to have a beginner's mind now for what we're doing. We need to have confidence in us with our authenticity, our truth, and all of the that we've seen, the story of us, the story of everything, a beginner's mind. Because remember, now we're healing from duality. We're moving into the singular mind of the heart. So we're going to change the way that we think. And this is what the twins have always been here for us to know. We're coming together of the singular mind, of the heart. Now we have to integrate all this. We're going to integrate all this knowledge, all of this happening that's on our quest, and heal from conditioning of waking up from this nightmare into a dream, and realizing that we're awake now. We're awake in real life. And now we're going to step into our purpose and co-creation even deeper. And yeah, we had a tower moment to get here, maybe a few, but we're understanding. And we just had a tower moment with our 10 of cups. Like, let's get straight up here. We just had a tower moment with our 10 of cups. But we're not giving up. We're creating anew. But we understand that this 10 of cups that we're creating is of us. The story actually of us. Our soul's growth. We're switching our operating systems from ego to spirit. And I didn't come here to do. I came here to be. I came here to love, and I came here to be unconditional love. And I'm going to honor my connection to all of life and what that means, and what that means for me. Now, much has been said. I feel like we're going to go to a part 2 to talk about these cups and the connection to these cups and what we're doing with these cups. And then we're going to expand off that. So I'll see you there.